Hey Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you all. Hope you all are doing well today as we move into the month of April. Hope you've not fallen for any April Fool's tricks. I tried to play one on the staff. They know better than that. They did not fall for it at all. Hope you haven't fallen for any of those either, and certainly hope you are ready for all that this week brings for us at Crestwood as we prepare for the events of Holy Week, starting with Monday, Thursday, tomorrow night at 7, with our service of hand washing and remembering Christ last night with his disciples. Good Friday service is noon at Central Christian Church downtown, always such a powerful service. And of course, on Easter Sunday, 9 a.m. and 10:45 worship services, we will have an orchestra with us, incredible music, just a day of joyous celebration, and hope you will be there to be a part of it. You know, I'm thinking about Jesus today, this day before the events that will lead to his ultimate crucifixion. And I'm wondering what he's feeling as he knows this is coming. He knows he's about to go through a very, very difficult time in his life. How is he preparing for that? I think about that in my own life when I have difficult times coming up where I can just see it on the calendar and just know in my heart that this stretch of time is going to be really hard. What do I do to help myself get through it? What can we learn from Jesus to help us get through those times? Well, there are several things that he does. First, he spends time with friends. He has a lot of time this week with his disciples as he continues to teach them, spend time with them, help them remember all that he has shown them during this time. But that time he spent with his friends, I have to think was crucial for him. Even though they will end up betraying him and running away, I think being reminded that he's not alone had to be powerful. And one of those places he did that was at a meal. Jesus made sure to take care of himself through the difficult time. He still ate food. He still stepped away to get rest. He still did things he had to do to care for himself so that he was physically and mentally and spiritually ready for what was ahead. So he spent time with friends. He made sure to eat a meal. He didn't lash out, even though he was under attack by those who wanted him killed, even by his own disciples. Jesus never lashes out. He never fights back. He never does anything that is out of character for himself. And when we're going through our difficult times, especially if those difficult times are brought on by other people, it can be very tempting to lash out, to fight fire with fire, to get into a back and forth debate. But Jesus doesn't do that. He just lets things that are out of his control happen, and he just stays himself. He maintains his integrity through that process. He also took time to serve others. Even in the midst of his difficult time, he gets down on his knees with a basin of water and he washes the feet of his disciples. I think sometimes one of the ways that we can make it through a difficult time we're going through is to step out of ourselves and step into serving someone else, because that puts into perspective what we are going through. So how do you find ways to serve others even as you are going through difficulties? Something else Jesus does. He goes to church. Right after Palm Sunday, right after the parade, Jesus spends time in the temple. He'll do that several times this week. He grounds himself in his faith and his reminder that that God loves him, that God is with him, that he has this place that is more than just brick and mortar, but it's a way of being that reminds him that God is with him. And that's the last thing he does, is he trusts in God, his creator, even though he knows he's going to go through something difficult, even though he has a moment on the cross in one of the Gospels where he says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Even that statement implies trust. It's trusting in God, even in the midst of our difficult times, even when we can't see what's going to happen to us, even when we can't see that God is around us. We trust God's promises of protection, provision, and presence as we go through whatever difficulties go through. So what did Jesus do? He spent time with friends. He ate a meal, took care of himself. He didn't lash out at those who criticized him. He took time to serve others. He went to church to ground himself, and he trusted in God. What would it be like as we were going through difficult times if we made sure to do these things as well, as we made sure to take care of ourselves, to spend time with those who love us, to ground ourselves in our faith, to get outside of ourselves, to serve, to maintain our own integrity, even when others are assailing us and confronting us. And ultimately, if we trusted that we are held in God's hand, even through our most difficult times, trusting that God is at work in all things to bring about good for those who call on his name. Crestwood, I hope you'll walk with us as we walk with Jesus on his journey to the cross and beyond, and as we remember and as he shows us what it means to live a life of faith, even in the most difficult of circumstances. God is with you. God bless you, Crestwood.